Welcome back. New game, new rules, new video, new format to text document. I shot for 250K or less. I ended up with about 160K. I guess I'll have to fill that up in part two. Part three's done. Please don't kill me or my family. And Mr. Kitty loves you as well. And that's about all I got. The biggest little text file you've ever seen in your life. Available right now. New game, new rules. My algorithm. Your life. Forgot my lighter. Sucks to be so smart. So, you want to make contact? Let's go. I'm in. Are you? Welcome to New Game, New Rules. I just bumped up my level. How about you? Still sitting on your ass? My cat isn't. New game, new rules. Mike Kelty and Tigger were taking over. Me and the three-legged Tigger once his hand dries. Welcome to New Game, New Rule, folks. I'm about to set it off. 155K of data like you've never seen. So compressed, no human could have performed a hack, nor a memory, nor any recollection that would acquire this data. Enjoy it. It's free. From my family to yours. God's not so bad. Don't be afraid. Do good. Seek his kingdom and win. Or die. Guess that's the moral. I'm cool enough before I hit hypersonic mode again. You guys won't stop. Over and over and over. Me. Stop it. I own the nickname Beaker. Till next time. Toodles. Wonder if I should upload this to Pornhub unedited with the same data doc. Pays to be a dirty little piggy sometimes. One of my most basic meditations is to sit in here in this winter time when it's below zero and let the warm water go to freezing, collect hypothermia, get out, collect my thoughts, get back to work or take a nap. It's my basic meditation skill. I miss it at summertime. Good luck.